Hannah Brockhaus, thank you very much for joining me today. You're the senior Vatican Correspondent for EWTN News here, and you've been covering the Vatican for 8.5 years. What do you make of these really detailed statements that we're getting from the press office at Vatican City?
Well, it's actually quite remarkable, in my opinion, in Pope Francis's pontificate especially. We've obviously seen him be hospitalized several times, especially over the last few years. We're now talking about his longest hospitalization as Pope, so I think that's very significant. And we also know from experience that he himself likes to have a lot of control over the information that's shared, especially about his health. In the past, he's been, I would say, even more private. What we're hearing has been extremely helpful just to understand exactly what situation the Pope is in at the moment.
Do you think it also helps to prevent misinformation? Because if you don't put out a lot, other people can fill that gap.
Absolutely. And there's still, of course, a real fight for all of us to combat misinformation and fake news that gets out there in these circumstances. But like I said, it's been really helpful to have a fuller picture so that we can report accurately and all of us can know without, resorting to extremes, too much alarmism. Some cardinals, which are the Pope's collaborators in Rome, some of them have been warning, let's not sink into alarmism about the Pope's condition, but at the same time to understand that it's serious and that he's in a critical condition. It's not nothing to worry about.
As well as the medical information in those twice daily updates, we're hearing that the Pope is doing some work. What sort of things has he been doing?
We have seen a flurry of announcements coming out actually this week. I think very clear sign that the Pope is working. He's approving things, he's signing off on things. I mean, they were very specific in one bulletin. They said the Pope is signing documents. Okay, so the Pope is able still, he's clear thinking, which I find this very moving because even though right now the Vatican is empty, Pope Francis isn't there, we can still feel that he has a care for everyone, that he still wants to get out these messages. It's not like all the news of the Vatican and the Pope has silenced.
How would you describe the mood in Vatican City and across Rome right now?
Well, it's kind of an interesting mixture of emotions, but also of environment, since at the same time that the Pope is in the hospital, there's the Jubilee of Hope going on. So this special year of grace that Pope Francis called for during 2025. And it means that a lot of pilgrims, a lot of people, Catholics especially, are coming to Rome. They've planned this maybe for months or a year ago, and to make this special visit to the Vatican. So we see that continuing, but it is solemn in my opinion. I feel a solemnness with also the people we see at these special prayers, these nightly, daily rosaries that are going on in St. Peter's Square have had a really good turnout. You do see that people are worried and that they want to keep the Holy Father in their prayers.
Hannah Brockhaus, thank you so much for joining me on ABC News.
Thank you, Mazoe.